In the beginning, before the sky was stitched with stars, and before time measured its march by sun and moon, there was a heavenly realm, a kingdom of radiance high above the mortal world. Here the Jade Emperor ruled with balance of seasons and stars in his command. Among his many children, none was so skilled nor so beloved as his youngest daughter, Xenu, the Weaver Girl. Xenu was born with fingers of light and a soul tuned to beauty. From her first breath, she could weave silk so fine it vanished in the wind. Patterns so precise, they shimmered in the dark. Each dawn, she spun the clouds in delicate threads. Each dusk, she embroidered the sky with gold and violet. Stars bloomed on her looms like flowers, and the robes of the immortals gleamed because of her. But though her work pleased the heavens, her heart remained untouched. Day by day, year by year, she wove in silence, watched by no one, loved by no one. Her laughter faded, her eyes stayed low. And then one day, her grandmother, the Queen Mother of the West, saw her sadness. She went to the Jade Emperor and said, "Even starlight must rest. Even beauty needs joy. Let the girl walk among the living." With great reluctance, the Emperor agreed, but only for one day. So Xenu descended, dressed in robes of mist, trailing strands of starlight. She stepped onto the earth by a quiet river nestled between green hills and weeping willows. There, the sun filtered gently through the trees, and the world smelled of grass, water, and warm soil. It was there she met Niu Lang, the cowherd. He was no nobleman, no warrior or scholar, just a kind-hearted young man, poor and gentle, whose only companions were an old wooden yoke, a pair of stubborn oxen, and the wind. He lived alone in a crumbling thatched cottage after his parents passed, and he labored from dawn till dusk, tending cattle and tilling borrowed land. But he had a quiet soul and a wide, thoughtful gaze, and when he saw the strange girl by the river, he smiled, not out of mockery or surprise, but simple welcome. "You're far from the road," he said, offering her his hand. "Are you lost?" Xenu had never touched a mortal before. She had never heard a voice unpolished by ceremony, and something in his earth-warm presence made her linger. "No," she answered softly, "but I think I've been waiting." They spent the day together, walking beneath trees, laughing about the shapes of clouds and the foolishness of oxen. He told her of storms and crops and the scent of rain on the fields. She told him of nebulae and fireflies and how the Milky Way was once a silver scarf stretched too tightly. As the sun slipped lower, Niu Lang turned to her and said, "I don't know where you're from, but will you come again?" Xenu only nodded. And she did. Again and again. From the heavens she returned, folding away her loom and her duty to walk barefoot beside him. She brought small marvels, a comb that summoned breeze, a thread that sang, a flower that never wilted. For more often, she brought herself, her laughter, her quiet stories, her joy. Soon, she no longer returned to the sky at all. They married, they built a home, and though it was small and poor, it was filled with warmth. 2 children were born, a boy and a girl. In the quiet evenings, Xenu would hum as she patched their clothes. Niu Lang would watch her from the doorway, cradling a sleepy child in his arms. For a time, the world was complete. But far above the stars began to fade. The sky, once vibrant, grew uneven. Clouds frayed. Rain came out of season. The Jade Emperor saw what had happened and flew into a terrible rage. "She has abandoned the loom," he thundered. "She has forsaken her station." The Queen Mother of the West, though once gentle, became fierce. She was given a gift, not a choice, she said. We must restore order. In a storm of wind and fury, the Queen Mother descended the earth and seized Xenu, lifting her back into the sky as her children wept, and Yulang shouted her name. He tried to follow, but he was only a man. All seemed lost until one of his oxen, the oldest of the herd, spoke. Once the celestial beast vanished to earth for an ancient transgression, the ox said, I know of your love, young master. Take my hide when I am gone. With it, you can fly. And so, after the ox passed, Yulang did as he was told. With trembling hands, he stitched wings of hide and spirit. Carrying his children in a basket on his back, he leapt from a cliff and soared. The sky opened before him. Stars burned hot around him. And there, at last, he saw her, Xenu, weeping on the edge of heaven. He flew to her, crying her name. But the Queen Mother saw him, and with a sweep of her jeweled hairpin, she slashed a great chasm across the sky. A river of stars poured forth, the heavenly river, the Milky Way, separating the lovers by a yawning, impassable gulf. Yulang landed on one side, Xenu on the other. They could see each other across the cosmic sea, but they could never touch. Xenu knelt, her heart shattered. Yulang reached for her across eternity, and the stars wept. But not all hearts are cold. In the dark branches of heaven, a flock of magpies heard the sorrow of the lovers. Each year, on the 7th day of the 7th month, they take pity and gather from every corner of the sky. With wings outstretched, they form a bridge across the river of stars. And on that one sacred night, once a year, the lovers walk across the bridge of birds to meet again. They cannot stay long, just the span of a night, but they speak, they hold one another, they remember what it means to be whole. And so it is told, when the sky is clear in midsummer, you may look up and see them, 2 bright stars across the Milky Way, Vega, the weaver girl, and Altair, the cowherd. And if you are quiet and the night is kind, you might just glimpse a thread of wings across the sky and remember that love, even parted by the stars, finds a way to return.